go ahead, get your decaf coffee, get a little snack, then come back and let's pack your hospital bag together. Hello, I'm Ellen. I'm a mom of identical twin boys who are going to be a year in just a couple weeks. I make videos about twin motherhood and twin baby kind of stuff, twin pregnancy, language development. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, feel free to subscribe to this channel, and that's the kind of stuff you'll get here. And if you want to connect with me a little more personally, you can follow me on Instagram at itstwins1. But today I'm going to be sharing with you the things you will need for your hospital bag that I actually used, the essentials. I'm not going to go into extraneous stuff that's like makeup or personal brands of like toiletries or anything like that. No. I'm going to tell you things that I was really glad that I packed, that the hospital didn't have, and that I actually used. Then in the second half of the video, I'm going to share with you actually some responses from my Instagram followers about pregnancy and delivery in 2020. In my first video, I said this. First of all, don't worry so much because you can be as prepared as you want and then you realize you forgot something. And what I feel like nobody says is somebody can go home and get it for you. You'll be fine without something for a short amount of time. If you realize like, oh, I really needed an outfit for one of the boys, someone can go home and get it. There is that, and I don't think enough people mention that. Which actually does not stand true today. There are restrictions on who can bring things from the outside, how many people can be there, all that kind of stuff. So yes, I've made this video before, and because of that comment that I made, and overall the lack of urgency that I had in that video about like packing a hospital bag, I decided to remake it because I actually do think it's important for you to get on top of it, to pack these things, and to get mentally prepared for what's to come. Because there are those restrictions now of like, you know, bringing things in and visitors and all that kind of stuff. Everything that I mentioned in today's video, I'll put a link to it in the description box below. I will stand by what I said in my first video though, that the rule of 3 definitely applies. So in terms of clothing, pumping bra, I found a very specific brand. I tried many different kinds of pumping bras. This one, I've put a link to it in the description. I highly recommend you get it. It's the best that's out there. It holds the pump up the best. But yeah, 3 pumping bras, necessary to have 3 at least, because they get soiled very quickly and you're going to be doing a lot of pumping if that's what you plan to do, pumping and breastfeeding. Yeah, I would say at least 3 of these kinds of pumping bras. 3 outfits for yourself. So we would just envision that you're going to be there for 3 to 5 days in the hospital as a patient. So I remember I was a patient for 5 days and I was an extended stay patient. So 3 to 5 days is a good amount of time to expect to be there. And on that first day, you'll probably be wearing a hospital gown, and maybe the second day you'll be wearing a hospital gown. So I think that at least 3 outfits is appropriate. And the outfits that I recommend, obviously underneath a nursing bra, 3 of those, and then underwear, 3 at the least. They do have hospital underwear there, but you're probably going to need several pairs if you prefer your own underwear. Just bring your own. They have some there, but many pairs of underwear. That's the undergarment section. But then on top, 3 nursing tops. I actually got a pack on Amazon. Came in a pack of 3. Super easy. My rule of 3 is very true. 3 tops, 3 maternity pants, like yoga maternity pants, because you will not bounce back to your original size within 5 days. So bring your comfy maternity pants. So 3 tops, 3 maternity pants, and then some plastic flip-flops for the shower, or sandals, like with the wide band. And if you're seeing towards the end of your pregnancy that your feet are swelling, that's also somebody commented on one of my videos said that her feet got so swollen it was so painful. And yes, your feet will get very swollen. So if you're noticing that that's happening, bring some extra big pairs of shoes. Maybe some big moccasins if you're going to be delivering in the cold weather, slippers, that kind of thing. So I would say one kind of like wear around slip-on shoe kind of a shoe to wear throughout the hospital, and then the plastic flip-flops or sandals for the shower. Then one robe. They had a hospital robe for me, but I just brought a regular cotton robe of my own, and that was my completed outfit. I only brought one robe, but I would have a robe, a nursing top, my nursing bra, and my maternity pants, and then some kind of like flip-flops or slippers to wear. Now, on the day that you go home, if you go home within the 3 to 5 day time span, you can bring like a little zip-up jacket if you plan to go outside and it's going to be cool outside, or like a floppy sweater instead of a robe. But also, don't have any shame in your game if you decide to be wheeled out of the hospital in a robe. Nobody cares. But, that's something you might want to think about. If you're going to be going out in your nursing top, your pants, you might want to wear like a little jacket or something. Now, for your partner's bag, what I have heard is that your partner is allowed in the labor and delivery room and in the recovery room. So he can pack a bag, and I recommend that he packs ahead of time 2 full outfits, So what a full outfit for your guy is. And then the only other thing is closed-toed shoes. I know in some operating rooms, they require closed-toed shoes. So socks, closed-toed shoes. But in our hospital, it was not necessary to pack a pillow or blankets. They do supply that. So we didn't pack that, and we didn't need it. So I do think that that's pretty standard wherever you're going. They can kind of hook you up with those basic essentials. If you want to go ahead and pack a snack bag, I think that's good, and I put my husband in charge of the snack bag. Just, non-perishable foods like granola bars, chips, little water bottles, that kind of stuff. I didn't eat anything in my snack bag because I was on a magnesium drip where I had to be on a clear liquid diet, so I didn't get to indulge in my snack bag. But go ahead and pack it. Your husband will eat it, or whoever, is there. You might get to eat it, but can't hurt to pack a couple extra snacks. And in that snack bag, I do think that it's worthwhile, if you have heartburn, to pack some Tums. The hospital will want to regulate your drugs. So Tums falls in that category. Prenatal vitamins fall in that category. And they would want to know if I had taken a Tums or not. I did still bring my Tums because I didn't know that at first, and it came in handy because, nurses are busy and they can't always get to me as fast as I needed them, and my heartburn was like super fierce, and I found it helpful to have my own little stash of Tums. So if you want to do that for yourself, I definitely recommend it. Okay, another absolute essential, nursing pads. I had a stack of them by my hospital bed. I constantly was having to wear them because when you're starting to breastfeed, you leak. And those nursing pads are absolutely essential. Also, nipple cream. You're going to be testing things out with breastfeeding and pumping if you choose to go that route. And so some nipple cream is helpful to have because things can get sore and uncomfortable, and you might not need it, but I did, and it was helpful to have on board. Then you'll want to pack a toiletry bag of shampoo, conditioner, body wash, face cream, toothbrush, toothpaste, some little body wipes like hand sanitizer wipes. They have like actual like body wipes because you might not be able to get up and take a shower or anything, and you might want to just freshen up. So they do have, like, I got some little Cora, I think is the brand, body wipes where you just freshen up a little bit from the bed. And deodorant, obviously, gum, chapstick, a hairbrush, They do supply this stuff in the hospital, like basic toiletries that have no scent. They're really small bottles, and you know, people have unexpected deliveries all the time, so they do have the essentials for you to get by. And you know, they make it work. But if you want to feel comfortable and if you want to be, you know, somewhat prepared, just pack your own toiletries. And let me tell you, it makes a world of difference to just kind of feel a little refreshed and smell like yourself a little bit. Okay, pads and diapers. So the hospital does provide you with maxi pads. I packed my own of the always like big purple kind of maxi pads, and C-section vaginal delivery, you're gonna need them after birth. So I do recommend, I just packed a whole pack. I just put a whole pack in my bag, and I was glad I did, because that's also something that you don't want to have to rely on the nurses to restock if you ran out and you don't have any left. It's nice to just have your own on hand. Diapers. So that was something I was not sure if I actually needed to pack for myself, and I did pack some diapers. My boys ended up going to the NICU. I did not need diapers, but I got a comment from somebody on my last video where she said that in Canada it's necessary to pack your own pads and diapers. So couldn't hurt. So you can go ahead and pack yourself a sleeve of diapers, newborn diapers, if you live in Canada and if you think that that's something that you need. But just telling you, I didn't need them. Now, your phone and your phone charger. Obviously, can't pack your phone ahead of time, but you can pack a spare phone charger ahead of time. If you want to just go ahead and get yourself a spare phone charger, I think that's helpful, because that's always something that I forget at the last minute, is my phone charger out of the wall. So I did that. I got my spare phone charger, put it in my bag, and just had it ready to go. And then, you know, your camera battery and camera battery charger if you want. If you would like to take notes of when you pumped, of who you spoke to that day, of certain events of the day, go ahead and pack yourself a pen and paper, like notepad and pen or something like that, because I loved that. I loved writing things down. It helped me keep my thoughts organized and keep track of my pumping. And writing in my phone, like my eyes would get blurry looking at my screen, and something about writing things down just helped me feel a little more organized in such a state of chaos. And then I also recommend bringing an extra tote bag or suitcase, because you will get a lot of goodies when you come home from the hospital. Somehow you end up with a lot more than you came to the hospital with. So if you come with an extra bag to put all that stuff in, I think that's worthwhile. Okay, now for the twins. 3 is the general rule of thumb, again, that I'm gonna follow. 3 outfits for every day. And the outfits that I recommend are a onesie and a sleeper and some mitts. So a onesie, meaning like a short sleeve, you know, a onesie, and then a long sleeve, long pant, you know, closed-toed footy pajamas, pretty much, a sleeper. And then if the sleeper doesn't have the sleeves that pull over their hands already, a lot of those sleepers do, you can get little mittens for the babies. So all together, 6 outfits for the babies. So 2 for each day, like an outfit for each day. And so yeah, my rule of 3, I would say at least 3 outfits for each baby. In total, 6 outfits. Onesies, sleepers, mitts. Hats are something that you might want to bring your baby home in. So one of those outfits would be the going home outfit. And you know, you might want to coordinate the hats with the going home outfits, and then the receiving blankets. You just need 2 receiving blankets. They give you plenty of little swaddles and like swaddle cloths and receiving blankets in the hospital that you can bring home. So you don't have to worry about bringing any more than just 2. If you want to bring them home in a receiving blanket, like whatever, if you want them to have like a picture perfect blanket to be wrapped up in or whatever, So those are the things that you'll need for the babies. And I would say at least 3 outfits for each baby, but could be more. Also, don't worry. The hospital's got you. Everyone survives. You're going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I packed all of my adorable coming home outfits and never got to put the babies in them for 2 months because the boys went to the NICU for 2 months, and I had my whole bag of cute clothes packed that, you know, they didn't get to wear. Oh, also, let me just say that I actually probably went overboard here, but I had 2 coming home outfits in the size newborn and then 2 outfits in the size preemie. But what I would recommend for you is just go ahead and get newborn size, because you can put a preemie in newborn size, but you can't put a newborn in preemie size. If they're swimming in their clothes, it's really not the end of the world. It's just for a picture anyway and to keep them warm. So once you get home, you can stock up on some more fun clothes and the appropriate size of clothes. But those are actually all of the items that I have for you. Those are the essentials that got me through my hospital stay, that I would say are the basics that the hospital does not have, that you'll be happy you brought for yourself to make you feel a little more comfortable and prepared for the delivery of your twins. Okay, the questions that I asked my Instagram followers about what to expect with ultrasound appointments, visitors at the hospital, people who are allowed in the delivery room, what the NICU is like, all that kind of stuff. The overall consensus was that most people are not allowed to have visitors at their OB appointments. All of these could be different for every hospital and clinic where you go, but this was just the general consensus that nobody was allowed into ultrasound appointments. Only one person allowed, like one guest or one visitor in the delivery room was allowed, and only one was allowed in the recovery room in addition to the mom. No visitors were allowed in the waiting rooms. There was a little discrepancy on when people were allowed to leave and come back. Certain places were told at the beginning of the day, you have to come in with all of your stuff, can't leave the hospital to go get anything. And then some people did say that their partner was allowed to leave and go get them stuff. So a little bit of a discrepancy there, but I think they were allowed to go roam throughout the hospital, but some people weren't actually allowed to go off the grounds and then come back in. So that, yeah. And then with the NICU, what seemed to be consistent was one person at the bedside at all times. So no more than one person was allowed in the room or by the baby's isolette at a time. Some people did say that they were allowed to stay overnight at the NICU, and some people said that they were not allowed to stay overnight at the NICU. So the rules seem somewhat consistent, that there are restrictions on what can come in from the outside to the hospital, and that there are limitations on who can be by the baby's bedside in the NICU. All that to say that you can check with your own hospital and your doctor's office on all the rules and regulations. It's maybe something to start thinking about, preparing for, telling your family about, and designating who's going to be your one person. But that's why I think this video is so important, to get prepared and to actually pack a hospital bag as early as like 20 weeks so that you just have it ready, have it on standby, so that you can, if there's a close call, just put that thing in the back of the car and you're going to be good to go. Because you never know nowadays. You just never know. So especially with twin pregnancy, things can happen so fast. I had my boys at 30 weeks, was not expecting to have them when I had them, and I was really glad that I had that hospital bag packed. So anyway, I think that's all I got for you today. I hope this was helpful. Good luck to you. Please let me know if you have any questions. Reach out if you just want to talk to another twin mom. Yeah, I hope you're doing well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!